Yeah, it's pretty weird, the light, eh? I don't know. It's been pretty weird. I think every year I think it does this at this time. The lighting in here, I don't know if it's what's on the street, but it's like it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's just not doing its thing. Um, I'll be with it in a minute. Where are you, Aura? You okay? You okay? Yeah, it's like a little chilly out, eh? Let me see, is this blowing in nice and warm? Oh, yeah. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Maybe I should. Welcome. Welcome to the theater. The alphabet. What is it? Alchemy. What is a god? What are names? Who are people? Who wrote the books? Who remembers the stories? Who remembers the stories in the books? Who is here today that was there at the time the book was written 500 years ago? I like to use a little logic and say no one. No one that we know that knows that doesn't know. For there are those who must know, or we would not be here. If there is one that gates of the Omega Divide God 764 existed, then things should happen perfectly by the clock, by the sun and the moon, things that are so exact, it's too unbelievable unless I'm faint. I created a story, mathematics and the alphabet, using everything in front of us, the alphabet. A, what is A? Is it noted to be number 1? Some say it's number 6. Some say Aleph is 1. The others say, well, because it's in the first position, we'll say A is in the first position, so we delegate it before it gets any other number as 1. So then what is 1? Is it one line or one dot? Does one line reach out to an alter area space equaling to expansion? Is one dot the heart of 4 area spaces, therefore needs to move no other than the area of joining the 4 lines? Is it one cell on a quadrille paper? Is it one area space on a roulette table paying off at 35 to 1, equaling to one area space of 36? 36 noted to be a circle, and there is no 2 heads on anything, right? Everything is half. Everything reflects, okay, at 18. But the reality is everything begins, okay, and ends and connects at 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, where 16 and 21, where 18 and 19, where 17 and 20 all equal 37 equals 111. Computer. And then what we can do is we can change the numeric value for every letter in the alphabet. Some say give it 6. Well, why not give everything 6? Since 6, okay, is what was 1, is the tail of 6. It is going to count 1 through 5 and 2 through 6. 2 through 6, 1 and 5. 1 and 5, 6, 2 and 6, 8, breaching through the 7th gate. This is a story. This is a blueprint. I used the calculator, the dice cube, the alphabet, and basic understanding of manipulation with a few math maneuvers. I also look to understand the individual number, also knowing that 1 can be spelled O-N-E, in French, U-N. I think it's uno in Spanish. I also know if I'm going to use the Roman numerals, I'm going to use the letter I for number 1. How about Levi's 501? How about Mars 51? How about 2 fire signs? How about 9 and 5 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, E-I-E-I-O. What is 3 and 2, 5 is 5 and 4, 9. That is E and I. What is 6 and 3, 9? What is 4 and 1, 5? What is AD after the death? To what is, BC before the Christ, and that is 325 and 549. BC communication. So this is what I do. Now maybe you don't understand me now. I also like to do a little etymology and look at cross-reference some situation. Genesis, day 6, land, animal, and man. In French, the word and, said in French, is a, which is ET, like the extraterrestrial. Now, what does ET have in common with each other? It's AD. 1 times 5 equals to 5, and 4 times 5 equals to 20, and that is the letters of ET. I use a little manipulation and see what it did to get me to where I need to be. See if there's any common sense. Right? And the common sense is it's 1 times 5 and it's 4 times 5. So they both have equatables to 5 to E. When you look in gematria, right, this letter over here ends up getting number 7. This one remains with 5. 57, 75, or what is the masculine and the feminine? And we begin that bridge. The two bulls come up to fight. 2 flux capacitors coming together. 3 on this side, 3 on this side. When they come together, we now have the 4 corners. So what this is, right? This is 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. 2 connects 3 with 1, 4 connects 5 with 3, and 6 connects 5 with 7. 7 connects the 5 on each side. 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 3 and 4 equals to 7, Earth and Mars. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 3 and 2, communication. The feminine and the masculine brought together by the 13th moon. The 337th day of the year begins the 13th moon. The 336th day ends the 12th moon. 216, 6 by 6 by 6, 216. The 7th one is 7 by 31 days equals 217. Well, on 217, it's 3 hours, 37 minutes, or 337 days to the 7th gate of the 13th moon, male, AC. Both on this side and this side. Replicates in T minus counting G. TG, reflection of what is 5G TV at the 7th gate, 42. Where do I get this? The letter G reverses to what is T. The letter E reverses to what is V. The V is the 22nd letter, but just give me a second. I have to write it out. I don't want to mix myself up. 7G, 5E. The 5E reverses to 22V, and the 7G reverses to T20. 7G, 5E. When I said we connect here and here and here, the I, and then on this side, whoop, I'm spilling. Oh, it's almost like going right through me. Yeah, so the 7 on each side here, in this is gematria, which in this gematria, it counts maximum 7. So we count up to 7 here. The reason for the overlap is when counting by 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You're overlapping and you must count on the 45. Well, you have to, I choose the 45 angle because I don't break any of the quadrilles. I leave everything split perfectly, half and half. If I did it any other way, I would be breaking and creating different dimensions in each one of the quadrilles as I go up. So 1, 2 becomes a half area space where 2 is what is in between what is 3 to 2 and 1 to 2, like there is no 2. So you only have 1, 3, 5, 7, and everything else in between is, I don't remember, I know how to say it. I have to think about it. Just give me a minute. Let's say to what is the 2? 2 can cast out to 1 and 3. As 4 can cast out to 3 and 5. If I want, I can look at it that way. But it's 1, 3, 5, 7, and they're connected. 6 connects 5 and 7. So it's 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 6, 7 over here. I'm hoping that you can understand this. How's everybody doing? What this is now is I made this understanding that we have 26 letters in the alphabet and 13 moons. We have also only what is 12 zodiac signs. So I counted up here 6. I connected to a station at the 7th station. I count down 6. 6 and 6, 12 zodiac signs. And then the reflection of 6 and 6 zodiac signs. Or what is the value here? Can I just say there are only 3 as 1, 2, 3 because the other is the half space? So we have 3 here and 3 here and 3 here and 3 here, and we have 12 zodiac signs. But only 3 count over here and 3 count here. We can look at it that way. There's a few ways to look at it, but all in regard, I like to look at it that these and these reflect each other, just like the zodiac signs entangle with each other. I'm not going to get into that right now. One, I'm not fully fluent on it. B, tired. Terrible excuse, but anyways. So what you have here is 6 and 6 connecting to 1. Forget about the zodiac, just let's talk numbers. 6 here and 6 here is 12 and 1 is 13. 6 here and 6 here connected to 1 is 13. 6, 1, 6, 6, 1, 6, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, sorry. 6, 1, 6, 6, 1, 6. That's what it is. It stops over here. Right here, it stops here. Do you notice this one over here, and this red one here is coming from this side? It overlapped. And when it overlaps, what happened is I have a row of 15 over here and a row of 15 over here. Guess what? The game of pool has 15 balls in it. And when you do 15 over 13, they crisscross and overlap. It becomes 15 and 13, 28. 15 and 13, 28, 56. 2 moon cycles or 2 moons in one cycle. Mars and Earth, 3 moons, 1 between 2, 1 moon between 2. Phobos and Deimos, Luna, how's everybody doing? Just give me 1 second. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you see me?
Can I see you?
There we go. Is it working?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
More or less.
Is it black?
Is it black? Is what black? Your hat's
My
black?
screen, because for me it looks like my screen is black.
No, hold on a second. I'm not sure if you have nothing dangerous back there. I'll put you on the big screen. We'll see what it is.
Wait, can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So, we were here to present our big idea.
Go ahead.
Do you wanna... No. Hold on. So, we think that Adolf Hitler is really still alive and trying to spread mass media into believing his regime again.
Okay.
Did you kick me out?
And what's that?
Oh, nothing. I thought you kicked me out.
No. I'm trying to see what you're getting at. What does this have to do with what I do?
Wait, what are you doing?
What does it have to do with what I do? Do you know what I do?
All I heard was something about conspiracy. What are you doing here?
No, nothing like that. I don't do any of that.
Damn. That sucks.
I don't do any of that. Do you know why? Because it makes no difference. Makes no difference. Everything that makes a difference is what you do right.
But what if he's coming back? And we just
Makes no
don't know it?
difference. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Thank you.
all these designs back there, I mean, you do know that all these designs, all these words, all these names are just stories and algorithms of history of which we know nothing of the truth of anything, right? So
I know
whoever
truth.
comes back, comes back.
Don't worry, I know balls, so it's okay.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you.
Of course.
So when I do that and let people up and listen, it's because there's always a message somewhere, right? They were. Can I say? I don't like to use the word gentleman, like, but that was like an exquisite way of getting in with the. That was like it was a nice dance. I liked it. I liked it. So, and obviously, once something puts it out there, obviously people will talk about it continuous, and there's nothing wrong. Maybe it should be in the algorithm, right? But I wasn't sure what he was talking about. Who's golfing? If he's golfing and he's coming back, so I really couldn't understand that part. Who was golfing? Someone's golfing. So let's just put this over here. And I don't know, because he said he was golfing. He said he was hitting. He hit her, something, a hitter. Maybe he's talking baseball, golfing or baseball, something about hitting something. I'm just trying to clean up this desk a little bit. I really don't have much of a program set up yet, but there's no tail. There's a beginning. Look, there's a beginning and an end and a tail, no tail. White wizard or dark wizard? Dark wizard or white wizard? Let me write that down. Dark and white. Dark and white. When I leave the house, my mother says, go and learn something new. And when I come home and my mother says to me, wow, you're different. You change with the tides, right? You change with the tides. Okay, let me see. We have white and we have dark. Now I'm thinking of Gandalf. Maybe that's what it was, Gandalf. Aldolf. So that's an alchemy, right? And it was, yes, like dope bananas. So, and now we have wizard. Yesterday we had a gentleman on, or this morning, they were talking about witches, the witch. So they have the witch hunt. I'm just trying to play with the words to just see where this has been leading tonight, right? Thank you, Elamia. How's Zeus? How's everybody? I prefer others ask questions than me to rant off and just make up one of the wordy stories from Numbers. I'm sort of in the mood for. I was in the mood for an apple, but not anymore after I saw those last ones I had.
Hey,
Hello, JIM.
what's up?
Not too much. Is that how you say your name?
Jim.
Oh, I thought it was like I'm, like I am.
No, it's Jim.
Okay, Jim. Jim the King. King 41.
I'd like to think so.
It's okay. We all choose our own avatarial names.
Yeah, no problem. So
Go ahead.
No, I'm just looking at your thing here, wondering what's this all about. So that's why
Well,
you know,
this here behind you,
yeah.
well, Earth has one moon and Mars has two moons, and one is called Phobos, one is called Deimos. So what I have created is I go out and I observe everything that is, and I take a look and see where else it exists, and then I talk about it.
Oh, okay. So when you say truth of truth, what is that supposed to mean?
The what talks about itself and tells its own story, something that I can't change. The math will put what is in its place, and all the greatest of all the greatest and all those who've gotten the diplomas, right, and that gave the names to our planets, created words, wrote history, everything we can find online. We can find the algorithm, and the algorithm can place that reality in its space and match it up with other realities that run along the same lines. For instance, the great year of 25,920 and the 18 by 18, which is half of what is 360 and there is no more, right? Equates to what is 80 times of 324 to equal to the great year of 25,920. It's too perfect. The 432 is our vibration. The 18 by 18 is half of the circumference. The 18 is also what is the radius, right? 1818 radius. The 1818 reflect themselves in artwork. So I can just take this piece of artwork off here, right? Just give me a second. And I do all the artwork with it to let it tell its own story because I don't want to guess. So here's the 1818. And the artwork shows an X, a Y, and a Y, and it shows this area over here, which is an area space of 6 numbers, right? Which shows me 15 numbers, 6 numbers, and 15 numbers, how everything reflects itself, and the heart is where it all joins. And the heart area is a total of 111, and you can create the hexagon within it. So I've done the work. So I know the artwork, the alphabet. I know it. I know the alchemy of it, the basis. I don't know it all. I just know the base alchemy of how it goes together.
Yeah, when you said alphabet based on what?
A, B, C.
Okay.
Anywhere you use the A, B, C, and it's not just the alphabet. It's also here in Canada, when they took the penny off the market, it created this design. It created this design because we're going to go to this 3 cents and 4 cents and 6 cents and 3 cents and 4 cents and 6 cents and 7 cents pays the heart center, which would be number 5. But when you go to pay for 10 cents, over here is 8, over here is 9, over here is 1, over here is 2. There is no 10. Unless I count continuous, 10 begins anew, okay? 10 begins anew. Just let me see where it is. 1, 4, yeah, 10 is over here, right? But it's no 10. 10 becomes 1 plus 0 is 1.
So if I was to ask you the question, what is truth? How would you answer me?
What is truth? What is belief? I would have to think about that. Give me a minute for thought. What is truth? There's got to be parameters of things. It would be very basic. Truth, Truth. Okay, it's part of okay, it's I'll tell you one thing, mathematically, okay, this is what it looks like. And I don't think you're going to want to hear this mathematically. You might not understand it, so I can dance around it, and I don't want to do that.
I'm a critical thinker, so no problem.
Okay, because
you can give me an equation even.
The word alone itself, okay, stands in the ocean, right? And if you drop a rock into the ocean, that is the truth. You're going to have a cause and effect. That will be the basic truth.
Okay. Well, I I have you ever studied King Solomon's Proverbs for over 2,000 years? It's been the most copied, quoted, and read book in the world on the subjects of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom.
No, never read a book.
Never read a book?
I should.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. King Solomon breaks things down. Most people don't get it into. For me, because we live in a society that's so far off base, I like dealing with foundations. From the foundation, I can see to the left of me, I can see the right of me, I can see forward, I can see backwards, and I can see above me. So I look at the foundation from my studies in Solomon, which not very many people will do. It's pretty involved stuff. From my studies in Solomon, the foundation of truth is the basis for all that is true. As a word truth, all that is true is universal. How I can prove that is a truth is a general, the truth is a specific. What can you find wrong with what I've said so far?
The truth and a truth.
A truth is a general, the truth is a specific. Truth is universal as all that is true.
Well, when you use one letter, right? One letter is dividing. It's halfway between one area space and another. It's more than. The th is the e world. It's the teacher. That I know that the is the teacher through the breath. So right away, it's meditation for me.
Okay.
So that's where I use the. The number to the is 33 and 48. 48
Okay,
is
let's look at truth as the ancients. Let's look at it from, because King Solomon was a pretty wise man. So let's go back to the biblical Hebrew, which he would have used. So truth is emet, and that's broke down into Aleph, Mem, and Tav. And if you know anything about big biblical Hebrew, it's like a 5-dimensional language. So each letter represents a number, represents a pictorial, represents a meaning, and it can get confusing for some people. So if we look at all of it, it represents the number 1, beginning. It represents strength as an ox. It represents a Godhead. We go on to Mem. It's the 11th letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It represents water. It represents flowing. If we go to the end of the alphabet, it's Tav, which represents cross, and it represents end. I'm giving you a quick rundown of this. If we put it all together, truth, emet, is true from beginning, flowing through the middle to end. Gives you a total structure. So I want to, from what you're saying, what do you get from there?
I love
As a
it.
structure,
Oh, yeah,
of
I see
truth.
it right here. Your 11, right, is right in front of you. Every single side of these equals to 11 void. Okay. Do you follow? There's a whole thing with this. First of all, I know like what you're saying, the Hebrew language, 100%, the sun and the moon, right? Huge. They run the New Year's, okay? They run the New Year's in their 7th month. Isn't that funny? They run their New Year's in their 7th month, or 7th month, okay? They run their Passover in the 1st month, where it's the first zodiac sign and the 7th zodiac sign. It's ironic. They're like the Gregorian calendar is somebody's trying to match up with it. So here's what it is. When you look at this cube, right? This is basically, can I say, a blueprint or a partial skeleton to a schematic, and you have to figure out the rest on your own. So this and this, whoop, not that one. This one. You see the 9 face? If I cover 1, there's a total of 9. I cover 1, you have 8 left over. I cover 2, you have 7 left over. I cover 3, you have 6 left over. I cover 4, you have 5 left over. So you notice everything totals 9. So you have to think the same way when you see this. So if you see 6, you have how many left over?
There's 6 there.
Right. But it's match it up with this.
Yeah, but I don't see that at all. It's that to me it's not.
You don't see the
I
9?
don't.
These 9 areas and those 9 areas?
It's not computing with me on that level.
Okay, I'll try and so. Do you see three numbers here, 3 spaces here, 7, 8, 9, right? You see 3 here? Forget
Yeah.
about the numbers, just 3 areas and 3 areas.
Yes.
There's a total of 9 areas here and a total of 9 areas here.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so far so good. When I take this here and put it over this, you see 3 on the left, 3 on the right, 3 numbers here and 3 numbers here. Whoop. 3 numbers here, 3 numbers here. There's an empty row here. There's an empty row here.
But what does that have to do with truth? What does that have to do with the structure of truth? Because the biblical Hebrew has given me something that covers from beginning to end and even flowing through the middle. I don't see any representation of what you did there.
Well, I got 21 years behind this. I can't explain it in just 5 minutes.
No,
Okay.
I don't expect you to.
So what this basically is this tells a story. What I wanted to show you, okay, which you didn't see, is that every single side is 9. Every side is 9. So if I show you this side and this side, you say 9, 9, 18, 9, 9, 18, 9, 9, 18.
But what does that have to do with something going to a universal truth?
Didn't you
Because
say Aleph Mem
truth
Tav?
is all that is true, which is the universal truth. The structure of the biblical Hebrew goes from beginning, flowing through the middle to end, which is also a structure.
Who says 11 is the middle? 11 is not the middle.
11 is the middle of the Hebrew alphabet.
No, it's not.
There's 22 letters. How's
It's
11?
not the middle. I'm sorry.
What is the? It is the middle. It's
No,
the
it's
11th
not.
letter.
No, it's not. 11.5 is the center. It's 11 and 11.
Yeah, it's 22.
That's right, but it doesn't mean it's the middle. It's the first half, the first 11 and the second 11.
Yes.
Okay, but that's not the middle. And let you follow what I'm saying?
There's 11 letters. There's 11 letters in the front. There's 11 letters in the back.
Right? But that doesn't mean that the mem is the 11th letter center. It's one before the second half. It takes 2 letters. The M, what is mem? What's after mem?
After mem,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Mem. I'll just look it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
And I just want to do something else. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus 5. Plus 5, 11, plus 5, plus 5, 11 and 12. Okay, let's see. What is the 12th letter in the Hebrew alphabet? It's Lamed. Oh my God, that's huge. Lamed is for, would you say Lamed would be for the Bat's Mitzvah?
It's the staff, so it's I'm not Jewish. I'm just studying biblical Hebrew because I want to know the context of what's.
Oh, because I'll tell you, because what I do, right, I'm looking to see, because like we came back, I mean, from Hebrew, from Torah, from 5,000 years ago. We're like this alphabet that I look at because it's the one I grew up with, right? Also, I can do it in French, and I do relate with French also, and it's amazing when you start putting other languages with the same alphabet, the stories it starts to tell, because you're starting to get a 360. And the algorithm with the sun and the moon is amazing. You know what number 7? There is no 7. In the 7, you meet at the pole of this cube. You meet right at the pole. It's an area space. There is no fine line area space. You're not like this. We expand. We're exactly what you said. You're the beginning and the end. You're everything in between, side to side, up and down. So so it's Lamed, and the L letter for me represents the power of the soul, because it's the 12th letter. When you add up 1 through 12, this is the science I do. When I add up 1 through 12, I get 7 and 8. And when I look on this dice cube, I try to find and locate the 7 and the 8. And the 7 is located here, because every side is 9, so it's 7 and 2, 9, and the 8 is located here, 8 and 1, 9. That's the way I do this. I just follow this theory on this. So the Lamed, so it's Lamed Mem that will equate to 11.5 and be the heart of the Hebrew alphabet. And let's see if it means anything. In the Hebrew alphabet, the 11th letter Mem and the 12th letter Lamed, what would they mean together? Other than number 23, which is communication. And 11 also represents Aquarius in the ocean, and Pisces is the fish, the school of fish.
Well, I don't know anything about the zodiac signs and that, and I don't know how that relates to biblical Hebrew.
I don't direct anything towards anything. I look at everything symbolically, right? The numbers, the positions, the names over, there's a lot of people who spoke. It's not just one person. I believe that through the breath, each one of us, we wrote something out in a book that was shared with each of us. And I'm just pulling out these numbers or algorithms that position the words I speak. I haven't read a book to tell you anything. I know nothing other than the numbers and where they direct me, right? And I'm not even sure where to go with this. That's what happens when I'm tired, I think.
I'm tired too. I'm lying down on my bed. I had a busy day, too much.
But the Torah is really interesting. So you do know that. Let me see if I have this one here. So you do know that anything divided by 7, right, is going to equal one of these numbers. One of these 7 numbers here, 142857. Have you ever seen this before? This is the Aztec sunstone.
No, but that's interesting piece.
So anything divided by 7, do you know anything with binary code or no? Binary?
No, it's not mine.
Okay, so anyways, rotation of numbers where we have, I don't know how to say this. I can say it like, if you're arcing electricity, right, you don't need to occupy all the space. You need the empty area space to run the arc. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where I was going with. Oh, yes. So when we calculate this, 1, 2, 4, 1, double it 2, double it 4, double it 8, double it 16. There is no 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Double it. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. It stops. Why does it stop? Because the cube only has 6 sides. I only have that many turns. It stops with 6. The 7 is the fine line where everything touches. That ball in the center that turns around, that 7th gate touches everything and opens up in 3 areas. here, here, and here. And you know what's funny about that? First letter A, third letter C, fifth letter E. Aleph, Gimel, Hey.
We'll have to discuss this further. I'm too tired, but I you got something there. I don't know what it is, but
It's numbers and algorithms. Forget about the words I spoke. Forget about the planets, right? But what it is with the zodiac is when you run, if you want to run the cardinal signs, 1, 4, 7, 10. Run the cardinals, 3, 3, and 3. Run the fixed signs, 2, 5, 8, 11. 2, 5, 8, 11. Run the fixed signs. Now we're going to run the mutable signs, 3, 6, 9, and Pisces. The algorithm of anything divided by 7 is right here. It does not include 3, 6, and 9. And so on and so on. Go to bed. Have a good night.
yeah, man, you know more about the numerology than I do, so I'll have to study up on a little bit, but we'll be back when I'm well rested. That's for sure.
Take care. It's all out there. It's everything we need to know is there. We just need the question.
I always question.
That's all we need. That's all we need. Don't stop
Yeah.
looking. It's there. If
You
you're
know-
looking, it's because there's more.
Oh, we never know. How can we ever know enough when there's infinite knowledge, understanding, and wisdom? We're not.
Yeah. How about this one? Do you know this one? The old telephone?
Yeah.
Well, check it out. It's 2 fire signs, Aries and Leo. 432 is the vibration, earth, fire, and earth, fire, water. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. Pretty
Hello.
cool. Okay, man. Have a good one.
So let me see. Let me see who's up here. Let me see who's up here. I think somebody wants to come up. Hold on a second. Let me see this. Alphabet study of words. Yeah, I think there were two people who wanted to come up. How you doing? Is this the first time you're here? What interests you about the channel? Is there something in particular you'd like to talk about? Let me know before. And are you over 18? Let me see who it is. And let's check this out. How you doing? How you doing, Jason? Is this the first time here? Jason, you still want to come up? How's everybody doing? Yeah, I said Jason, Jason with a J. If you still want to come up, let me know. Hello, number 90. Good evening, Crown. I'm staying silent. I'm looking for some words. You know what I dislike on some of my work or some of the work is that when you get into a conversation discussion or somebody asks you a question, you don't need to. I don't even know which way to say this. Irrelevant. I'm just going to not say it. Irrelevant not to say it. What is the truth? It's a 5-letter word. I know it sticks itself into Scorpio and into the ocean. That's what I think about when I think of Scorpio and Leo, right? I think of the dog's tail that curls back all the way like the Scorpio. It's like I can extend my tail over to number 8, but you know what? I won't. I'll just curl it back in. Like the length of that tail. Does that count? Just think about that. So let me get some water in the kitchen. A tetrahedron, 10 sticks. How many directions with 10 sticks? To note, there's a 3 connect here, and when this 3 connects, one goes straight this way, one goes this way, one goes this way, and one goes that way. There's 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 12. 3 plus 1, 4. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. So if you're looking for 2020 or want to know anything about 20, I'll give you a couple of 20s you want to know. 12 edges, 8 corners, 20. The Monopoly game, 2020. When you get over here, what number is it? It's 20. This is 21. That's 31. Even though it's 30 from go, that's 28 and 29. This is 12 and 13, the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah. When you have both properties, it's communication between the electric and the water. Electric company, waterworks. Is the faucet your nose? Here are the trains. You know, the location on the trains are actually 6, 6, and 6 also, as well as 5, 5, and 5, depending if you're counting the corner that you're standing on. You notice the corners are square. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. And here it is again. That's the Monopoly board. Here's a corner, here's a corner, here's a corner, here's a corner. One Monopoly board. Yes, I repeat often, is this your first time here? Who has never been here before? Does anybody know what we do on this channel? I speak about, I don't know, I'm tired. I wish there was somebody else to explain what I do. Sometimes I'm a little mixed up. I need a 2-minute break. Give me 2 minutes. Oh, 45. Oh, good job. Okay. Okay, give me a minute now. Yes, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Everybody's got their way of thinking. There's not many who can understand that, a gear is a gear. And if it has 3 teeth or 6 teeth or 8 teeth, it's still that gear with that many teeth. You can't make a 3 teeth gear work like an 8 teeth gear without having 2 other gears compensating for it. So how is everybody? Okay. Okay, I haven't seen anything up here. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. How you doing? So if you want to come up, so I see there's 2 that want to come up. Let me see who that is. Sham, some sort of monopoly Kabbalah. So I'm just going to tell you about what this is. Okay, just give me a minute. So, yeah, for those who want to come up, like Jason, if you want to come up, or Decapo, if you want to come up, just let me know if there's a question. What is it? What would you like to bring up? Because I like to stick it on to keep on to the numerology, the reality of what I do. If you want to figure out something from millions of years ago, you can do it by understanding the alphabet itself and its alchemy. But they're all basic stories unless we can advance this 1,000 times at the speed that I can do by getting it into a program AI somewhere in a network. But let me explain this right here. If you want to come up, send me a note first in the comments. All right, thanks. So this is the Monopoly board. Although what you saw before, right, what you saw before as the Monopoly board, okay, 1 second. As you saw before, the Monopoly board, okay, you can count. There are 9, 1, and 1, 11. 9, 1, and 1, 11, right? That's 11 and 11, right? 121, not exactly. When you look at the Monopoly board, we saw 4 corners, and here we see 4 corners. The Monopoly board, we saw 4 trains, and here we see 4 trains. On the Monopoly board, we see 4, 1 train, 4, 4, 1 train, 4, 4, 1 train, 4, 4. So exactly like the Monopoly board, there is 9, 9, 9, and 9, 36 spaces, and 4 corners for 40, just like Monopoly. This is my truth. I'm matching up this art with the Monopoly board. That's my truth. TH and TR, what are they? I know we start to train with TR. We can train the dog, take the train. That 1 train sitting on 2 rails. So we're connecting 1 train to 2 rails, running that train, Harry Potter trains. So when you count in here, there is one area space in the center. All the trains divide equally the entire Monopoly board, in which leaves every single area as a 6x6 area space. As you can count, there are 2 squares, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then end up in the red 6. It's 6x6, 36, 6x6, 36, 6x6, 36, and 6x6, 36. 360, 360, 360, 360, 720, 1440, 1440 minutes in a day. It's a 13 by 13 area space, 61613 for the 13 moons. For the one that controls all 13, let's meet at Central Station. Perhaps we can mark this up as what? 50 on the dartboard. But actually, this is an uneven number. This is not like the dartboard, right? The dartboard is a 20 area space, right? This is a 20-20. So is it like the dartboard? The dartboard splits up as 10-10. Can you split this up like the dartboard? No, it's unequal. Here's a 13 by 13. Anyways, I'd have to explain that. So it's a 616 all the way around. When you start and you count the squares, you will see 2 by 2 for every single corner and 1 by 2 for every single property. The first one in the center is 1. There are 8 that surround 1, and surrounding this 8 is 16, and surrounding this 16 is 24. Surrounding that is 32. And then we get over to the property area and the corners. Surrounding that 32 is 40, and surrounding that 40 is 48. 48 and 40 is 88, just like the 88 constellations. If you break it up to 4 different areas, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 and 2 per property. So if you count 2 per property squares, you get 9 by 2 is 18, plus 4 is 22, 22, 22, 22. How about 88022? And we'll put Trump into the hello. That was the calling number to text in 88022 right out of the constellations. You know where else we get 22? Right here. Just want to make some hot water. You know what? I'm going to make a tea. Okay, so you have 88 on the borderline, just like the constellations. The heart where the trains are, call that all number 7, splitting up this board. If I come up over here in this position, that is waterworks. Electric company, over here is waterworks. What's ironic, I mean, not ironic, but what is like for me to conceive is that when you start the game, you start on go. You do not count it. The first area space is where you stand. counts as an area space. When you get to electric company, electric 75, company 87, power up at the gates. I can hear. It is 12 from go. And under the rules of this game, right, whatever relates to 12 will be connected to it. And one of the things connected to 12 is the Bats Mitzvah. It is Pisces. It is the fish. What fish is it? Fish is number 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6. You get both sides, right? You get the 6 hexagon and you get the octagon. You run through the 7th gate. It divides the house, or it joins it together, or it sends it a bridge. Twelve and 13. Why 13? Because it's 12 plus the 1. When you begin at go, you begin at 4 area spaces. Every corner is 4 area spaces, 2 by 2. Everything else is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So this is the bar mitzvah as well as the bat mitzvah going into the teen age. What is it about the teen age? In this game, the way I manipulate numbers is the biggest number I have is 9. So if I want to get 12, it'll be 9 and 3. And if I want to get 13, it'll be 9 and 4. But okay, there is one other reality in this. I might not be able to be using 9 and 4. I might have to use 8 and 4 and 1 equals to 13. Your birth, okay, 1 between 2 in expression will come out to be 3. And this is where I like to say, I begin. 1 between 2 and I begin. When I do this over here, if you look on the other side, 3 and 4 are together. So if the maximum I can do together would be with 9, I would be bringing the corridor of the same house together right here. The feminine, the masculine, the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah coming of the light of electric company. ELO, electric company. Feminine and the masculine. Now we're going to come down here to waterworks. This area is 1 plus 28. The 28 on the dice, the 28-day cycle of the moon. That on the 29th day, it's the beginning of the next cycle. Mars and Earth, 1 and 2 moons. The dimensional house of Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, and Jacob, Elon Musk, 11, 11, 11, Saturn square. Just give me a minute. I keep feeling parched. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna check. So they're talking about, like in the donut, they're talking about Anu. Do you know that? Instead of Anu, it's Onu. Now, what is the difference between the Onu and the Anu? Right? The O is the 15th letter, so it's the energy. Has three connections. All those connections, right? There's a formation. First of all, when you join this channel, when you join this room, got to see which words to use. When I speak, it's a game. It's a game, it's a science. I'm looking into things. It's not a game, it's a science with games in it. Or I play a game with it. I guess that's what the science is because it's so much fun. It is. It's tons of fun. So the O letter is every time you crisscrossed for your energy connect, you cross through this position. Even when crossing 2 over to 7, 9, your meeting point is at 4.5. 2.5 plus 2 is 4.5 plus 2.5 is 7. Your meeting point between 9 and 2, although it's 11, it's 7. So its meeting point is now what? 5.5, 3.5, and 3.5 to meet at 5.5. Sky pass between 5 and 6. 5, 5, 5, 6. Right over here at the 5.5 zone over here. 55, 65. Right? You do know that we only use 6 at a time dictated to us on this cube. This is showing us position, area, space. What you see and what you don't see. Here is 9. Here is 9. Here is 9. 6 and 3, 9. 3 and 6, 9. 5 and 4, 9. 6 and 3, 9. 7 and 2, 9. 8 and 1. So if anybody asks you, or if you want to make a little trick with somebody and say, I'll show you, okay, number 8 and number 7, and you're looking at it right here. Your alpha beta is your 7 and your 8. Your 1 times 7, your 1 plus 7 is your 7 and your 8. Your AG, your silver string. The arc on the ciel is the arc, an electrical arc when this one jumps over onto this one. Or this one goes down through here and up to this one. Just like hanging something from the ceiling here, hanging something from the ceiling here, and it could be going maybe underneath this way, or is it going above? Right? What would that mean? Under and over? The cow jumped over the moon, right? Perhaps. Wow, I can't even find the picture. Did they take the picture down? No way. There's no way they took it down. Well, first of all, counting the sheep. I have this one here. See if you can see that one here. This is Goofy, two cows, Maybell, right? You have Goofy and Maybell cow. And let me take the background off over here. Wow, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the iPad or what, but I just can't. Let me see what this is. Maybe the light has to go. No. It may be like that. Anyways, I don't know what happened to this. Doesn't make any sense. Can't be that long ago. Talking to myself, eh? No way. No way. You ever see that one? We have a goat here, and we have a goat here, and we have a cow here. The cow's got a 4 hookup, 2, 4, and the goat's got 2 hookups and 2 hookups. They can just go right here, 2 and 2, right? And then we hook up to our moons, and these are the moons of Mars, and this is our lunar moon. So if you're talking about gravity or anything, the numbers, if you want to know what the numbers say themselves, numerics, direct gematria, I mean, just counting A1 and Z26, it says electric moon. It says Mars electric moon. It says Mars is the window. It says Earth is an 1133. It says Mars is a 22. Mars is the ring. It says Mars for marriage, for Ram, for Aries. Oh boy, we got a bunch of people that want to come up. Okay, so I see all the guests. Okay, I don't know who's who. I didn't see anything over here. Leave me. Okay, just let me see something. Hold on. Hey, Rob, how you doing, Rob? Okay, so we have number 77 that says, hi, can I join? Okay, just give me a minute. You want to share your talent? What is your talent? What is your talent, 77? You know what's funny about stick and puck, right? Is that the stick is number 62. And you know where the puck is? 51, 62. Stick and puck, 6 and 8. The only thing that stands at the 7th gate is you. So I see there's 4 people who want to come up, and I prefer, before anybody comes up, I just find it would be nice just to say a few words down in the comment section. What do you want to, what do you think about the channel? What do you think about Gematria? What do you want to talk about? Do you have a subject matter? I'd like to stay on course. Do you have a question? If so, ask me the question, and then I'll let you come up. We can talk about it, or I'll tell you if it's way off subject. I just would appreciate that. More comments, a lot better, right? So 77, this is not a place for singing. So I don't think it's a place you want to come out and sing, right? Here we're talking about numbers, algorithms. I'm not really sure where to jump to next. Should I go along more on, I just want to show that these dice cubes are an exact, this is Rubik's Cube. This is a dice cube. This dice cube is a solid. It has the same formation as Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube has an area space of 9 to a face. When you look at this one, you see 6, but each side is the same. So why is 6 here and 4 over here? Obviously, the white space can be filled in. If you see that there's an area in the center, and you see the 6 here and the 6 here, you therefore know this entire cube is going to equate to what is 6 and 6, 12, right? But there's only 9. So when you turn it this way and this way, you take up the center, the earth, the 8 and 2, and the 6 and 4. You don't see it? The 2 and the 8, the 4 and the 6. Location 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 5, connect. 5, connect, Leo. Turn the 6 this way. Connect 1, 4, 7. 3 cardinal signs with 3 mutable signs. Open space 2, 5, and 8. Location. On the other side, we can create the H letter here, or when the 6 is this way, we can create the I letter connected through the 5 right over here. It's the only one that when we drill a hole straight through, it will show up as 7. There's maximum 7 of 9 and 7 of 9, leaving 14 of 18. As we do this, you will see 1, 9, fire, fire. 3, 7, air, air is going to be in both equations. The difference is 2 and 8, earth and water, and 4 and 6, earth and water. Changes the angle of that water that when you go to sleep and when you are awake. The 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, awake. And when we turn it this way, oh no, that's what it was. When we turn it this way, the 1, 4, 7, the 3, 6, 9, when you are asleep, the sleep and asleep. Which goes on to the question from earlier. Every single side is what it is as you see it, and it is as what you see. And what you see are these 6 dots. And what you see is the white space. Can you put any more dots in that white space? And obviously you can. And obviously you can. And like above is below is an area space, there's always going to be the minimum 2 of 7 that will be to the void. Here. Here is 1 and 8. Here is 2 and 7. What is opposite of this one? Did you follow me so far? How's everybody doing? How you doing, Rob? It's funny to have a name of Rob in security, right? I'm drinking some tea. It's 11:57. You know, in one of the zodiacs, they say that we're into the Capricorn hour at midnight. Others say that it begins at 11:30. So I'm not sure where to stand with this, but at the midnight hour, Capricorn is what connects everything, right? Capricorn is the association, this is also my interpretation, right? Capricorn is the 10th. It associates the second rank in numbers over here. Is it the first time that a 0 is involved? Because you don't start at 0, we're starting here. So if we did start at 0, we'd have to start at Capricorn. 0 coming from here, down 10, 9. Well, it would be the other way around on the telephone. It usually doesn't work this way. This position over here is 7. Regardless of that, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10, Capricorn, right? These 4 down here, these 4 up here equals to 30. It's a 3-to-1 difference. Forget about the uncalculable or the 4 months of 30 days, right? From your birth. 9 into the heavens of the 7th gate. See over here, there's a 7 over here. 6, 7, 8, 5, 7, 9. Irregardless of that and fooling around too much, once these 4 are connected, right, the invert of that, right, is to connect this up here. So we connect 1 with 9, 10, fire, fire. 3 with 7, 10, air, air. 4 with 6, 10, water and earth. 2 and 8, 4 times the difference, earth and water. All 10s and everything passing through 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Those are your 10s. Now you have the connect, you have the house on the left. 1 and 8, the Earth moon and the 2 Mars moons. Here's when they come together, cover it up. These are the fixed and cardinal signs. They are also what is 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, okay, in binary. They are what is 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. Anything divided by 7 is that answer. When you connect the lowest to the highest, you will get 18 or 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 4 and 5, 9. Now we are going to eliminate 1, the Earth moon, eliminate it. Now we're going to go to 2, 9, 11, 3, 8, 11, 6, 5, 11. We have 33 here. We have 27 here. Okay, so this is a little bit of a new equation, the way I'm looking at this. Just give me a second. What this just showed me is that when I use the two sides like I did over here, right? I used these two and then I used these two. So what that showed me is one came in singularity. There was no equation with one again. 8. Oh, 8 matches up here. Hold on a second. Eight matches up. 9, 5. There's no other 9. There's no other 5. There's no other 7. There's no other 1. So I create a situation. I just move that aside. I see what else I can build together. Right? So let me see what that is. 1, 5, 7, and 9. A, E. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good. 1, 5, 7, and 9. 3. 1 between 2 is not included. I just have to see. A, E, G, I. Age. Age. I, A, E. I'm just trying to see. So third time today, I'm seeing the same situation. Okay, and the other number is 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 86423, hexahedron, communication inside the sun. AE, it's a split house. I'm just trying to look through. When 7 and 9 come together, the G and the I, right? What creates the G and the I? 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4, 7. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, right? Is 4 and 5, 9. So 13, okay, is going to equal to 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 equals to 4. 3 plus 4 equals to 7. 14, okay, is going to equal to, okay, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 4 equals to 5 plus 4 equals to 9. So the 13 and the 14. Now, what is this? The average is 13.5. When the gentleman was on before and he said that the middle of the alphabet was the mem, it can't be possible. If there's 22 letters, there is no middle. 23, you have a middle, unless you remove the aleph, because the aleph plays from the ox position, as he said. Yeah, I should let a few people up. I really should. There's a whole bunch of people. Nobody has said anything, but just let me see what this is. On. Yo, I'm trading my Lost Swaggy Bros. Make 960. I have no idea what that is. But I do like that 960/70 because I know what that is. 3 by 3, 3 plus 3 is 9 and 6 in rotation. The 70 is also what is going to be. You see, it's just freaky because I just throw things together. If I have 70, half of that would be 35. In the U.S., Highway 70 and 35, they crisscross together. In Texas, I think Kansas at the same time, and that's where all the tornadoes take place. Well, guess what? It's the heart of the cube. It's the trinity of the cube down by Kansas, right? And you know, if you say Kansas City, KC, the letters, the number or the letter K and C, the 11th letter and the third letter. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2 equals to 3. The fish are all swimming out there. Okay, so I'm going to just do this right now and take a chance. Let's see, one at a time. Looked like there were 8 people coming up and not one joined that I accepted, so I had to take them all down. How's everybody doing? How about a 2-minute break? Let me finish with this. Let me finish with this piece first. One plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. 2 and 1 equals to 3. 1 and 4 equals to 5. The first letter, the third letter, the fifth letter. The heart of the alphabet is between the 13th letter and the 14th letter. 13.5 speaks about the sun. Also talks about the energy. 1 between 2 equals to 3, the association of the Mars moons and the Earth moon inside this game. I like to look at it that way. 13.5, if you look at the game of pool, the orange ball is the 13 and the 5 ball. Well, it takes yellow and red to create that. Yellow is the 1 ball and the 9 ball, and that 9 ball represents the birth. The 3 ball, right? Like when I said Kansas City before, well, guess what? Kansas City is the 3 and the 11 ball. The 11 and the 3, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, 1 and 2 equals to 3, Kansas City. The 5 is 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 5. So what is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2 and 1 equals to 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3 equals to 5. So what is 1 and 1 is 1 and 2, and what is 1 and 2 is 2 and 3, 5. 135 degrees, if I used it that way, would be 225 degrees left over. If you have 135 degrees, if we use this as degrees, we would have this left over. 225, it would be this area over here. The 225 area over to the 90 degrees would be 675. But guess what? That's a dead zone. It's not moving. We need an area space of a heartbeat inside here. So you add 9 and you minus 9 for area space. Just like in the monopoly and the properties. 225, okay, and 9 is 234, and 225 minus 9 is 216. 216, the tetrahedron. 234, part of the 432 birth, also part of the healing vibration, setting between 1 and 5, 2 fire signs, area 51. Creation with an area 51. So what is like 135? What is like 135 is what is 5, 7, and 9. 1 and 5, 6, 5 and 3, 8. 5 and 7, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 9 and 5, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. These three and these three reflective. It plays from here to here and from here to here. Between 5 and 9 is 6, 7, and 8, 21. Between 1 and 5 is 2, 3, 4, 9. So now I have to write down between 1 and 5 is 2, 3, 4, 9. Between 5 and 9 is 6, 7, 8, 21. Now what I would do is divide this into here and then this into here, and then I would divide them, okay, into 30. Why? Because this is the total. I need to see what everything does. So this one over here, when I worked with 7 and 9 over here, 79 equates to the mother. 9 is the birth. 9 is a mutable sign. 7 is inside the cardinal sign. The 7 months, it also equates to the male, in which connects the 2 houses. You can look at this, or we can bring down this over here. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? How you doing, Rob? How you doing? Does anybody understand what's going on this page? Should I slow down? Should I stop? Are there any questions? I'd really like to do a lot of word. I'd like to learn a lot more about the letters. I've been really silent in my own game. Really and truthfully, I have to sit down. Like one of the words that helps me learn about my letters is I like the 3 letters of ING. And with ING, I can add on ring and I can add on sing. And that is the heart of 360. The R and the S, they're at the equator together. 19, no 19. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is where it stops. There's 2 sets of 18. 2 sets of 18. When you get to the 19th one, you're on the other side, the set of 18, the R and the S. Now, if there isn't more than 18, but the alphabet is 26, we have 8 more than we should have. So that would be 18 and 8 past the equator, equaling to RH negative. So when we equate to this over here, this is AGA. If you looked at the piano, you can look at that. You can look at this as number 17 and number 17 on the other side. You can create the equation of 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 to the left, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 to the right, and then the total equation in the center, in which is 7 times 1 is 7, plus 7, 1 is 9, is 16, equals to 7, 1 and 6 equals to 7. And what we can also do is divide 171 by 18. 171 divided by 18 equals to 9.5. I love it. 9.5. Well, that was pretty easy to figure out. Yeah, half of 18 plus 0.5 to equate to this. So what runs in between here? 2 through 6 and 2 through 6. So what it is the extremity, okay, of a cube is 1 and 7. So when you run 2 through 6, hold on a second, where's that 2 and 6? Here's the 6. Whoop. It's the next one. Here's your 2, 6. When you run your 2, 6, you run your 1, 5. Your 1, 5 and your 9, 5 are basically the same. This is the upper house. The 1, 5 is the lower house. They have to equal to 10 to tell me that story. So it'll be 1 and 9 and 5 and 5. Wow, 12, 18, eh? So where was I with this? Yeah, I've been talking about really small little things. They're not, yes, it was 10 minutes ago when I spoke about this. Okay. Trying to see which way to go. I think I'm a little bit tired. Tetrahedron. When this is made, this tetrahedron, every single point is a connection of 3 and 1 stick. That's a total of 4. There are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 16 directions, plus there are 4 directions. That is 20. Then the connection in the center, that is 21. 21 connects on this tetrahedron. 20 directions and 1 core on this tetrahedron, noted to be what is 720. 720 or 720 minutes in a half day. 2 times what is 360. There are 3 sides, and 1 side down is 4. Let the zodiac do its thing. Here is another one. This has both what are quarters and thirds inside of this. Did we understand how this worked? I'm just going over this flagrantly because I'm tired. Maybe you can say I don't know my science, but I think I do. I know I don't think I do. I know I do. You know, even as something as simple as this. You know what this is? This is pretty cool. It looks like martini glasses dripping down. What's in red here? Okay, are odd numbers. What's in green are even numbers. Right? Look at that. You can see the way it repeats. You see the way it repeats here, and then it repeats here. Right? So let me explain this. 1 and 1, odd, odd. 1 and 1 is 2, even. 2 and 1 is 3, odd. 3 and 2 is 5, odd. 5 and 3 is 8, even. 5 and 3 is 8. 1, 1, 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. 5 and 3 is 8. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4, and so on and so forth. So when I do the Fibonacci, you can see that it looks like martini glasses spilling all the way down. Here I just mirrored it on the other side. So you can see the Fibonacci, right? So let's see when it repeats itself. So row 1, area space, occupation of area space. This is by threes. I do the threes, I do the fours, I can do them all. Everybody could. This means I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I wanted to count by fours, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can also go, what if I counted by fours, but I stopped at 7? I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'd go 1 over here. The 28th, to repeat the cycle on the 29th. And that's where we get our leap year. And this is where Waterworks and Electric Company show their face inside a monopoly. You know what's funny is that Waterworks and Electric Company. Yeah, I got to go to bed, eh? Got some errands tomorrow. Waterworks and Electric Company is 2 dice that pay 10 to 1. But, right, when you only own one of the properties, it only pays 4 to 1. 10-4 communication, 104 by 3, 312. 177 by 3 equals to 231. Any way you get A, B, C, right? This is what I want it to look like. A, B, C, A, C, B, B, A, C, B, C, A, C, A, B, C, B, A. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I need to do this. One, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Right? If you want to see what it looks like, I'll show you what it looks like. Every single one of them is an even divisible. Every single one of them. 107 by 3, 104 by 3, 71 by 3. By the way, when you see this one over here, right, this is the clock, the cube and the clock right over here. 1 and 2 is 3, 1 and 3 is 4, 2 and 1 is 3, 2 and 3 is 5, 3 and 1 is 4, 3 and 2. 2 and 1 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3, 1 and 3 is 4. Different equations inside of them as well. I said this is the clock that is every 71 minutes is 1 hour, 11 minutes. Here is your communication 10-4. Your 10-7 is going to have a relationship to Mars, Earth, and your heart. 107, it also equates in 20. The word 20 is equal to 107. I'm sure that Aquarius, the water, equals to 107, which is an equation of 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, representing the earth, representing the heart, representing the rabbit. Does that mean the rabbit is the communication with inside of you? I have to talk a little bit lower. The second thing is that when we speak about 10, this one and this one are not the same. In here, when we speak about 10, I like to say it's an association. Is it 10 plus 7 or 10 minus 7? The reason I say that is in French, when you say 17, you say 10-7. If you do say that, $39 and $65, $104, communication, 10-4. Here, and where do we get the 1 and 4? 3, 1, 6, 4, 14, 6, 2, 5, 1, 14, 2, 3, 5, 4, 14. They're all 14s. The ring of the cube, when you spin this around, will always add up to 14, but it adds up to 14, 22. And up and down adds up to 7, 11. 14, 22, 7, 11. 22 to the void. 7, 11 to the void. So let me see this. Something just fell on the floor. What is the 14th and the 11th Hebrew letter in the alphabet and the value? Kaf. And Nun. And Kaf is 11. Hold on a second. He told me Mem was 11. What letter is Mem in the Hebrew alphabet? The 13th. Mem is the 13th letter. And he's telling me it's the heart of the alphabet. So what that means is actually probably good. For the reason is they might be eliminating or moving. Just give me a second. 13. Why would they use Mem as 13? I mean, it's just way too perfect because 13, it's 13 and 13. I just don't get it. Matter, energy, matter. Anyways, whatever, I'm tired. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to go to bed. I really do. I'd love to stay up. If there's any questions, someone wants to come up. Maybe we can go through some of the designs or something. Which one is that? Oh yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I think I got that one right here in front of me. Yeah, I do. I like the one up the top. I got that one right here. Right, and there's little things inside of here. You see these two over here, one on top, this V letter over here and the V letter over here. Right, V is a valuation of 5. So when you see the 5, right, you see that turned sideways, the V. If I can find one that's turned up, Roman numeral V is 5, right? V and V, see the E part? It's a fine line. It's dividing the two sides, this fine line. Anyways, I'm like, I can't even think. I'm like fried here. I love this. Looks like my mushroom man, right? Actually, where is my mushroom man? One of my favorites. Just give me a second. Wow. Yeah, so here's a something over here. See, in here, this says orphan children. You add them up, 17, 34, 6, 57. You add them up, 40, 54, 74, 75, 57, 75. How ironic. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, 2, 5. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 3, 4, 7, 57, 75. This cube, if you drill a hole through every single side, the most you will see is 1 and 6, 7. The most you will see is 5 and 2, 5. 57, 75. 57, 75. The 7 connects both the 66 zodiac. It's like a station, like a space station. So it's not only me, but it's in the game, and it says electric company. Not only that, that the opposite side of this cube, that the high-low opposite side, and only can you have 5 sides, because the 6th side is the opposite side. So when you see 6 and 2 on one side, you see 1 on 2 on the other. The AE on one side, the singular moon and the duality moon of Mars, 2, 6. When you add up 1 to 5, when you add up 2 to 6, when you add up 2 to 6, it equals 20. 2, 3, 5, and 4 is 9, and 5 is 14, and 6 is 20. You have 20. When you add up 1 to 5, it's 15. The year is 2015. The Hebrew year is 5775. This is on every single roulette table around the world for many, many, many years, telling us about the orphan children. $57.75. How do we calculate time when these are over? What do we know? Nothing. I just have the math and the numbers. 666 in Trinity is 1998. Plus 30. Why 30? The upper house is 30. The lower house is 10. Add 30 to 1998 is 2028. When does a door start closing? How much time? How many squares go away when you close that door? Well, on the 277th day, I was born. And on the 280th day, that door was closed. Why? The cycle ended. It was a 628, not a 724. What is a 628, 724? They both equal to 168 hours in a week. Except one works with 6 days of 28, the other with 7. Guess what? The pole brings on that 7th day only. The 28 is what is 1 and 1/6 per day, 6 days of 1 and 1/6, which is equatable to the 28 hours, which is equatable to 6 by 28 to 168, other than the 7 by 4, the 7 days of 24 hours a day. Also to equate that the 4 times 42, that the 2 times 84, that the 4 times 21, or the 8 times 21. What is 21? It's this cube. So bringing everything into this cube, into the cycles between the sun and the moon, the equations are perfect. 3 times 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 and 18, 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 1 times 4, 4. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 and 4, 9. 3 times 5, 15. Happy Christmas, mo ho ho. Mo ho ho. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 and 15 is 23. 2 and 3 is 5. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 and 8 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. A, B, C, D. The master here is here. 7, 9, 11, 13. 3 by 7, 21. Three times them all. And then add one more. Right? 3 parts and 4 parts. 3 parts and 4 parts. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have 4 parts of Trinity. Each one of these are 4 parts of Trinity for the formation. All right, you got 4 areas, and in each area it works by 3. 20 minutes times 3 is 60. Then we have the clock over here, but this is 15 minutes. The 15-minute clock, the 20-minute clocks. So do they run faster or slower? And how do we catch up? How much time does it take to bring all the houses back together? Right? And imagine this, okay, is on one side of the cube. There's another one on this side of the cube, this side of the cube, this side. How long before it matches up? And what if everything was working in its own tetrahedron style? Or what is the multitude hedron? I don't even know what to call this thing. Okay, this thing, if you take a look, it has 1, 2, 3 sides. You flip it over, it has 1, 2, 3 sides. But when you flip it this way, it's a little broken. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And if you hold it this way, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, but not this side. It has 1, 2, 3 sides. One last thing before we end the night. How's everybody doing? I can use a lot more pens and paper and stuff. Anybody like to help support the channel? Don't hesitate. Another way to help the channel is to share, bring in some good questions, download them, talk about something, ask me a question. You know, that's like, would be huge if we can get out that right question, like something that, you know, scholars know, Einstein or Darwin or somebody like that. I have to quote somebody like MC square is Saturn square, you know? Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, I got a pulled ligament in my toe. Here's another one, you know. When you look at a dartboard, right? They're telling a story in itself. You have the doubles, you have the triples, you have the singles. Then you have the 25 and the 50, like Electric Company. And then you have the opposites, 20 and 3, 1 and 19. So I have to check out those stories. Not doing that right now, but I just want to show you just one more piece. There's just a lot of pieces. Anyways, I will tell you that there were 8 people who wanted to come up tonight. Oh yeah, I was doing the thing with 12s, right? So here's another thing with 12s. I don't know why it's so what this is when you count by up to 9. Okay, I'm using this one as 9, and unlike the one I did before at 7, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all I'm doing is counting 4 in a row. And why is this doing this? Fire sign, fire sign, fire, 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 all the way down here. And then I reflect it. And then over here is the earth sign. And this is what the earth sign does. And everything meets over here in the earth sign, fire and earth. And then over here is air, and everything eats at air here, and here's the water. The water runs the veins all the way around everything from the top down. Yes, it's everything in this entire planet that has been documented that they run at universities, or it basically in basically high school. Rulers of 12 inches, hash marks on the football field, which takes 3 rulers. Things that are happening that are truthful within their own, shared in games, hockey, baseball, football, soccer, different ways that we manipulate our languages. The alphabet itself, the singularity of every single letter, the geometric shape, connecting of dots and dashes, angles, the understanding of area space, occupied, unoccupied, and that an area space is an area space. And if you have 9 area spaces, regardless of what occupies the area space, you only have 9. The colors, if you're mixing colors up, how Rubik's Cube is made. Somebody made Rubik's Cube and put this color opposite that color. By the virtue of the breath of life, who are we and what is dictating our next choice? What makes the next move? Who's going to interrupt me into a different thought of what, or alter my thinking? This is what I do. Yes, gymnastics, right. Beautiful. I like the word. Beautiful. Good choice. This is gymnastics of the alphabet, the alchemy. Learning also not only the alphabet, but the numbers themselves. Right? Is 2 2, or is 2 made up of 1 and 1? Is 5 itself, or is 5 made up of just 5 individualities in their own area space? Or is each individual area space have a value of its own? Well, if you took the average of the reality of this altered reality, when you add all these numbers up, it equals to 45. When you divide 45 by the number here, it equals to 5. So that 5 and that 9, okay, is E and I. It just so happens that I is opposite of E. What is it? 3 and 2 is 5E. 5 and 4 is 9I, and this is the feminine. The masculine, right? Since 1 between 2 equals to 3, 3 is opposite of 4. The feminine is 5, 4. The masculine is 6, 3. Why? We can change this. There's a lot of little stories that tell stories of the stories that give directive and tell other stories. 63, 36, 9 by 4, 9 by 7, 7 and 4, 2 cardinal signs. It spells G-D. What is 4 and 7? Oh my God, Jesus, energy, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. I can't do it now. I'm too tired. Too tired. But there is one thing I did want to show before I go. The word 8 ends with the letter T. There are no other of the first 9 numbers that end with the letter T. So when you say eighth, you only need to add on the H, only an 8. When you say 18, you do not need to add on the TEEN. You just need to add on the EEN 14. It just needs to be ringed or rung. It doesn't need a gateway because it is all that is, and the gateways were made from it. The 8 corners. I'm just trying to see this. I'm just trying to keep it to a minimum because there's a lot of things. The 8 also is connected to the S letter, reverse alphabet, the 19th letter. The 19th letter meets at the equator, matching with the R letter. At the equator, they also use the S when there's more than one. S also looks like 5, also bringing in the energy and holding of 2 fire signs, and it splits the house. Reason for this is in French, when they say 19, they say 10, 9. And how do I know it's not 10 minus 9 equaling to 1? And I know by the math and by the design that the ace letter is designed and it splits the house, and having height and angle showing dimension, showing length, distance, off into the distance. So when you create the A, you can have the left angle, the right angle, or you can create the A this way. The same way you're seeing these designs. This is the A upside down. Here is another association of the A, the left house and the right house, and then split the house in the center and walk the plank with the spirit, the Pirates of the Caribbean. One leg, one eye, King of Diamonds. We can also, I didn't create these things, you know, Mars Auxiliary Power, Navy Marine Corps. I didn't create these things. And then if you want, we can go over here. Look at the Jubilee. Look at these doors. 8 and 8 for 88 constellations, right? Or how about, right? We take those doors, okay? And we connect them. And we put a 9 area connect, 3 here, right? 1 box here and 1 box here. We connect 9 and 9, right? The reality is on the left door, we connect 7 out of 8. And on the right door, we connect 7 out of 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, connecting the silver gates in the 88 constellations. Ask me, slow me down, question me, because that's what the equation shows me. Even my SIM card is cut off this way. One letter, 27. 2 letters, 54. 3 letters, 81. Alphabet reverse. How about if we realign the alphabet? I'm going to realign the alphabet, okay? Instead of A1, it's going to be A6. Instead of A1, the A letter, okay, can be split. You have the right and now you have the left. But now there's also the A, sorry. The A letter like this. Yeah, the A letter like this, right? We can do it like this. This part over here shows a hexagon area shape. This area over here. If I did it upside down, whoop. Did you follow me? If I did it upside down, I'd get the hexagon area shape out of this. This is created by a D and a C. This is created by a DC. Here I get the hexagon shape. Here I'm going to end up with a hexagon shape. I don't like the way I'm talking right now. I'm tired. Hold on a second. Let me just do something here. Yes, so just to bring back this for a second. So the Vatican Jubilee had 2 doors. There were 8 windows and 8 windows. So when I connected 3, 6, 9 by creating this line here. Why 9? Well, the calculator, the telephone, the ATM, I'm just following that same dictation. Yes, I'm just going over. If it's the only thing I go over is whatever I find, it's a dice cube, it's the alphabet, it's the 8 and 8 windows, 88 constellations, 12 zodiac signs. Every zodiac sign has a name and a position. So I'm playing by the parameters of where there can't be any cheating. There's only 12. I don't care if there's 13. Everybody, if I have the 13, I'm going to align it with the 13 moons, right? If I have 14, I'm just on the other side of 13. So I pass the equator of the alphabet. So it's just like 13. Maybe I should only count the 13. 13 to the left, 13 to the right. How about 13 spades? How about 13 hearts? How about 13 diamonds and 13 clubs? What about if I change the game for blackjack and tell you that story? Or roulette and tell you that story? Or craps and tell you that story? We'll go to the soccer field and we'll get 90 minutes of REM sleep. We have to enter into the REM sleep. And then these eyes, these lemons over here. I never, like my whole life, just before I go, because we're going to be ending it soon, I had the biggest question. I've seen the darkest of the darks. I looked for the dark, trying to figure out where is this God? What is after? How can everybody ask these questions? I pulverized myself for many, many years. Like if nothing was forever, then like how can everybody be praying to this invisible this and that and not act upon their prayer? Because only you can act upon your prayer. If you do evil every single day, you are acting upon your prayer. Breathe. We have the vessel to breathe. Breathe. Think. Discern. Why should I? I shouldn't. Listen, not everybody does what I do, and what I do doesn't mean it means anything at all. To me, it does. I'm just finding that just telling these stories, it's too perfect. Like by now with these algorithms and everything else, it's just way too perfect for me. There is an alternative reality to this place we are. And if somebody wanted to say, are we at the height of a new beginning? I think we are, not because I think we are, because this cube ended in 2015 complete. The question is, before the tank, okay, is overloaded, no more memory, no more place to put anything, the water, right? There's no more place to move, convert, back us up in time, because according to the 7 days, right? According to the 7 days, we are about, let me calculate, they're counting on 2030, right? 2030 times 2030 times 52 times 6 equals, divided by 364 equals, we're in this year right here. Okay, actually it's more from like 1728 to 1740. If I would have went base 365. So 52 times 6 times 2026 equals 632,112 divided by 365.25, if you want to work that way, equals to the year 1730. If you want to do it that way. 1728. Why did I pick 1728? Because 1728 is the association of Pluto and Mars. 1728 is what is 7 times 4 equals to 28. And 7 plus 4 equals to 11 minus 28 equals to 17. "28-day cycle of the moon" to the teacher. TH. There are 17 numbers in the realm of TH, counting from 4th to 20th. In 4 hours and 20 minutes is 260 minutes. The Aztec, Mayan, Tzolk'in calendar of 26, the alphabet of 26. 420, TH, teacher 28, the 28-day cycle of the moon. Not sure what is understand. I rushed through the last piece, but I'm extremely tired. Much appreciated. Coming back tomorrow at some time. Welcome to the new era. And yeah, I just got to go to bed. Yeah. Lots of support, health for everybody all the time. Whichever way this magical alphabet works, it's only you who's going to decide. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody take you off your game. Thank you, name. And just to let you know, name, that in your name, okay, is this soul. A-M-E in French is soul. A-M is Capricorn in the A-M, right? The A-E is where M separates because the A letter, you live in the E world, you connect electronically. M for love, or M is what is 1000, 10, 10, 10, XXX, Roman numerals. Did you know that in Roman numerals, Roman numerals 1000, right? Roman numerals 1000. Roman numerals 1000. Roman numerals 500. Roman numerals 100. C. C. D. M. Run DMC. 4, 4, 3. 3, 4, 3. 7 times 7 times 7. 343. 7 plus 7 plus 7. 21 and 343. 364, or what is 13 moons of 28 days? 1328. Take this off for a second. So, Roman numeral, let's do this again. Oh boy, this is very funny. Something just happened to my screen. Okay. It was my eyes. Roman numerals, let's do this again. Roman numerals, where is my... Just give me a second here. Da-da-da-da-da. You know, I really reset up everything, and when things go out of order and it makes my mind get off my game, it's really terrorizing for me. And I'm like really agitated losing my stuff. Imagine I'm here 22 years and I'm still upside down. It's horrible. You know, that's when you need the assistance. I'm not going to deny it. Yeah, so I just want to do this. Just give me a second here. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. Just give me 1 second. Let me fill up my water here. Just give me 1 second. Coming back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I'm just going to get my tea in a minute, but I'm going to do this, okay? So you have M 1000, you have D 500, you have C 100, you have L, which is the soul, 50-50, 5, right? You have VXI, which is 5, which is 10, which is 1. All you have is ones and fives, the same as the Aztec, 510, 110. That's all you have is 1, 5, and 0. Levi's jeans, Area 51, 2 fire signs, the lower house. It's not equatable. Terrence Howard, okay, hides a secret of numbers that are equatable or not equatable. And when they're not equatable, they tell another story. The reason I share it is because what good is this? What good is any of this? What good is any of this? We are constantly in labor pains all the time. We labor every single day, and we never have that rose garden. Yeah, some of us do. Some of us think we do. But how many hours a year? I don't even want to get into it. There's many hours a year. Hold on the line, please. Hold on the line, please. So many things. I don't even want to even talk about. I couldn't even tell you. Listen, if you didn't know the difference, it wouldn't make a difference. But when you do know the difference, it makes a whole lot of difference. And when you know in one industry how it came to be, you can say it can come to be that way anywhere. And when you see that, oh my, oh me, oh my. Oh my God, Zeus, are you up? I'm gonna scare you out of bed. Shake 'em up. 1:06 in the morning. It is December 31st. It is the what day today? I have to really think about this. Even though I know it's day 365, it's also day take away 60 days and go 306. 306. 306. Take away those 60 days, and I have 306 days. Right. 306 plus 365 plus is that all it is? We did 2024 is 306. Yes. Okay, yes. So we are on day 371. That is very, very interesting. This is day this is day 671. Very interesting. Wow. Very interesting. Now, wow, that is interesting. Wow. The entire cube. Okay. When you get 671 and you're working with time, you have what is 1 hour and 11 minutes. There is no 671 in time because that would be 11 hours, okay, and 11 minutes, right? Let me do this again. I think I got it wrong. If you had 671 minutes, you would have 11 times 60 is 660, right? And then you would have, hold on a second, 11 times 60 is 6, and then you have, yes, and plus 11 minutes, right? So it'd be 11 times 60 and 11, like 1111. That would bring you here. So every 111, right, times 6. So the first one, okay, brings you to 1 hour, 11 minutes. 71 minutes. Let me do it here. Hold on a second. The first 71, the second one, the third one, stop. The reverse hexahedron is only 3. This is going to be inverted, okay? The total will be this. Nothing will be more than this. The corridor will run between these two because the corridor runs between these two. I don't decide on the dictation, okay? Those masters who created the cube, the masters who put together the calculator, the masters who put the squares on these papers, the masters who made the alignment and called it the cardinal signs, going up by 3, 1 over to 4 is 3, 4 over to 7 is 3, 2 over to 5 is 3, and 5 over to 8 is 3, and 3 over to 6 is 3, and 6 over to 9 is 3, and 9 over to 12 Pisces, and 8 over to 11 Aquarius, and 7 over to 10 Capricorn. I didn't do any of this, and I didn't say bottom left to top right. Fire, 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 or add 4, add 4. I didn't go from bottom right to top left and go add two, and go air over to air jumping through fire. I didn't say over here, number 4 and number 6, we're going to be earth and water or earth and water. But guess what? When the earth and water are on and the earth and water are off, you are asleep and you were awake. Or you are asleep and you were awake. But at the same time, this says Heinz 57, welcome to Mars. Maybe I should have did it the other way. Uh, just give me a second. What if I would have did this the opposite way? Oh, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. This one's the 9th letter. This one's the 8th letter, right? This one also brings in S19, right? And this one also brings in R18. It's going to bring in your RH negative between the heavens and birth. This one is the 14th letter. This one is the 26th letter. This one over here is going to bring in the 13th letter. And this one over here is going to bring in the first letter, A. All right. Your total of this is going to be H8, I9, N14, Z26. The total is 57. The reverse alphabet of Heinz is going to be M13, is going to be A1. it's going to be R18, and it's going to be S19. And what you have for Heinz 57 is Mars Fire Area 51, holder of your vibration 432. 18 by 18 is 324 times 80 equals 25,920. The Aztec Sunstone, great year. We are at the threshold. I shouldn't use those words unless I can actually show you what I mean by it. How's everybody doing? And we were talking about that before. That's very interesting because this here is the band and this is the void space. Void space, okay, but it's a void space of two areas. And the average is 5.5. That's ugly. Why? Because the association to create 11, right, is 9 and 2, 11, 8 and 3, 6 and 5. So I'm using two numbers. So you have to divide it by 2. When you connect the 9, you have to divide it by 2. So a 2 and 7, although it equals to 9, it averages, okay, 4.5. And although 2 and 9 equals to 11, it averages 5.5. Now the question is it Passover? Right? All the plagues, right? And the Passover and all this, they're just stories. And this is, for me, I like to use it as a backdrop for where's my thing here? Yeah. I just like to use it for the I'm not really quite sure how to explain it. And just everything is like, it's like going into the Hollywood and somebody saying, okay, take whatever you need to do whatever you need to create what you have to. And everything that's in front of us is here to create with. They could have used the same horse and with Moses as they used with John Wayne. I don't know, right? And did I say host? And Jesus, you know the word Jesus in French, it says I am. Je suis, I am. Halloween, the 305th day of the year in a leap year, right? You know what that is? Electric company. So it hooks up with the moon. A lot of people here. I'm just about to go to bed. Ask me some questions. Just don't let me entertain you. Okay, my tea is up there. Let me get my tea. I really do want to expand my mind. I like to look at the constellations. I have seen in the last couple of months, really amazing when this happens. And it's a meditation. You have to be into that realm. I don't know. I know people meditate. I've never really understood what it is, but my understanding of my visions and what I've seen when I've done what I call meditation. Hold on a second. And a deep thought, a huge laugh. I laughed so hard that I don't know, I tasted alcohol in my mouth, and it happened a couple of times. And then sometimes when I get very emotional, I feel like I'm sending electrical waves. And interruption is a no-no, it's like there's certain, sometimes you want to be guided, helped in a certain way. You can tell others that are with you how to guide you, what to do, what not to do, what cuts you off, right? Like me, when I'm on a roll and somebody cuts me off, it's like a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? According to the numbers right now, Earth and Mars are one association. Number 8 is very special, right? Check number 8 out. Check the mathematics of star math. Now, first of all, do you believe in star math? This is something that might have been created by somebody else, but I recreated it somehow. I don't know. I mean, it's so easy, you know. If you can show me two numbers and you say, here's two numbers, and I'm like a 10-year-old kid and I say, what do I do with these two numbers? Well, if you gave me 1 and 8, well, if you gave me 1 and 8, right, I'd say 1 plus 8 equals to 9. I'd say 1 times 8 equals to 8. Or what about 2 and 8? Or 2 times 8 equals to 16, equals to 10. Or how about 3 times 8 equals to 24? 3 plus 8 equals to 11. Well, what about 4 times 8 equals to 32? And 4 plus 8 equals to 12. And how about 5 times 8 equals to 40? And 5 plus 8 equals to 13. And how about 6 times 8 equals to 48? And 6 plus 8 equals to 14. 9 and 8 equals to 17. 1 plus 7 equals to 8. Ten plus 26, 10 plus 16 equals 26. 2 and 6 equals to 8. 24 and 11 equals to 35. 3 and 5 equals to 8. 3 and 2 equals to 5. 1 and 2 equals to 3. 3 and 5 equals to 8. 1 and 3 equals to 4. 4 equals to 4 and 4 equals to 8. And here 4 and 8 equals to 12. Here is 1 and 4 equals to 5. This is actually memory by the 7th gate. But 5 equals to 5 and 12 equals to 17. 1 and 7 equals to 8. So it's all 8s. Not only is that the only 8, but if I remember correctly, 2 and 2 is what is 2 times 2 equals to 4. 2 plus 2 equals to 4, and 4 equals to 8. And 2 and 5 equals to 10, and 2 times 5 plus 5 equals to 7, and 10 equals to 17 equals to 8. And we did 2 and 8. And then what is 5 and 5 equals to 25, and 5 plus 5 equals to 10, plus 25 is 35 equals to 8. And then we have 58. We already did that over here, 58. Here it's 55. SkyPass, electric company. Electric company, SkyPass. And then over here we have 88, which is 64 and 16. This equals to 10 and 7, which is 17, and that's 8. These are all our master 8s. But these go beyond. These equations don't stop here. This one is going to connect up with electric company over here. This one also is going to connect up to, again, AI. Nose, hold on, 8, 1 and 8. Yes, it's going to connect up to the heart, right? It's going to be the gear right here, the center gear right here. This one right here. That's where this one comes in, the 88 constellations. Why? It encompasses the one area here. Now, my question is it talking about 88? Because on this side, what it is when it's sitting this way or this way. But don't look at it that way. Look at it this way, because this is when it counts. When it's this way, it's the 4 or the 3 up. But when it's this way, it's the 5 or the 2 up. So you see what's going on here? How's everybody going? Yeah, so I'm getting super tired. So you can see what's happening in the 8th house, right? And there's more to this. You see the silver string is right here. This is where Mars comes in and the Mars moons come in, right? The transport over the gold is tenfold, right? The AG versus the AU. Yeah. This is costing a lot to transport this. It's costing, this is supposed to be transported. The gold is information. The gold would be the fruit in the truck, right? The transporting of the goods, right? The silver would be the transport. Everything is lost. The gold is all lost into the transport. Anyways, whatever that is, I'm just tired. Yeah, very tired. Tired. Oh boy. Tired. Anybody know where I am? Right? Anybody ever been here before? If anybody's looking to get involved in my project, 24/7/90 679 679 at the gateway of your own breath, of your own choice. Many choices. How many choices have you poorly made by your own choice? But it doesn't matter, because once you recognize, okay, everything changes. Your 24 creates your gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. You're born in the 7th month, so that slips right inside the gate, and you are the 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, the one that can think. Open up your eyes, but close them and meditate. Think before you jump through the triangular shape of fire. Orange burns, red burns, a lot of fire, but I like that fire. I like that heat. I like that Aztec. That orangey fire. I like that. Out of time. The of is a 66. Time, if you want to look at time, I like to look at time as matter and energy, right? M and E, M being the 13. Okay, so the moon, the E would be the energy. The I is the below, the I is all 9, 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, always to get 9. And there's other stories that go on. It goes so deep. I don't even think I'm 10% finished with this. And I'm talking about, I don't have to know all the meanings and where they go. I'm talking about all these equations that I'm incomplete with. I mean, I'm just going to show you one of them that I think, for me, it's interesting. Anything that's divided by 7 equates to 1, 2, 4, 8, 5, 7. binary 1248. Okay, binary 124875. Anything divided by 7, 142857. Check it out. They're all the same numbers. How's everybody doing? Anyways, I have commitments. It's the 91st minute of the day, 1 through 13 equals to 91. Okay. If you want to see just a couple of more tricks, yeah, so this one over here, so no, I have to finish this. So as you notice, the only way to associate a seventh day a week is to have 1 with 6, 2 with 5, 3 with 4. When you look at the barred line right over here, you see the barred line and the 1, that's 6, and down here is a 1. You see this over here? You see this here over here? The 99999. Well, this number here in the first number has to equate to this number. So 8, you need 1, 5, you need 4, 7, you need 2, 1, you need 8, 4, you need 5, 2, you need 7. 142857. Here you need 714285. 714285. Here you need 571428. So you need 428 to fulfill that. And 428 is over here. And all these equate to what is 999,999 divided by 7. And here's all the answers. And this is the coming from the Mayan Aztec sandstone or sunstone, whichever way you want to call it. So there's other realities going on in here, or whatever you want to call it. There are 6 numbers. The reason why there's no more than 6, it just begins to repeat. But when it repeats, okay, what's really cool that when it repeats, each one will add on what the first number is. Like where the number 6 position, let me write this down, hold on. I forgot to relink. Things have to be relinked because of the number of cubes. Oh, too many explanations. I don't even know how to say it. 8571428 equals to a total of 35. 714257 equals to 34. 571428 5 equals to 32. 4285,714 equals to 31. 285714. 142 equals to 29. And then we have 1428,571 equals to 28. That's pretty cool. We skipped over 33 and we skipped over 30 for the total of 63. Because 63, 360, that's the base creation of 3, 6, and 9. So we went, instead of stopping here, and this would be a total of 27. And what 27 is it's this. It's 3 times 6 equals to 18, and 3 plus 6 equals to 9 equals to 27 in the house of Bet, right? The 2 moons of Mars and the 7 empty spaces here. Where am I with this? Yes, so when we went on, this is what created here. I got to use these two. I got to use these two. I don't know what the whole story is yet. This is 35 and 28, 63. 34 and 29, 63. 32 and 31, 63. 3 by 21 equals to 63. By 3 is 1 89 by 4 is 252. I have to think what this, because I don't remember where I was going to go with this. Oh, yes, 126, which is 63 by 2 equals 126. We can also say that this is 12 o'clock and this is 6 o'clock. We can also say this is 24 and this is going to be, what is it? What hour is that? The 18th hour? The 24th hour, the 18th hour? See the way there's 6 and 6 difference over here? Double digit, single digit. 1 moon and 2 moons because it occupies 2 spaces. The 126 over here, or what is 2160, is a hexahedron. Or it's also 6 by 6 by 6, equaling to 216. But if I add the 6 plus 6 plus 6 to here, it equals to 18, equals to a total of 234. Or how about the vibration 234, 432 equals to 9, and 24 equals to 33. 2 times 3 times 4 is 24. 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9, and 24 is 33. Also the word bird, also the word the. Where was I going with this? 57, bringing on the birth after the last moon cycle. Yeah, so what this is also is when you see this is the feminine over here. Why? On the 12th moon, we have 336 days on the 12th moon equals to 12 by 28. Okay, that 336, if you looked at it in time, it'd be 216 minutes, the same number. The 336th day is December 2nd. The 337th day is December 3rd. Or how about 312 or 33, the beginning of the 13th moon? Or how about if we change this to 337 on the clock? It would equal to 217 minutes, of course. 216, 217. But you know what that equates to? 7 months of 31 days for 217. Or what is the combination of UG? But it's just not only U, right? But it could be Fox U. It could be what is the clue. What is this? Depending which gematria or which alphabet you choose, or just to choose area space, right? The sixth house is the sixth house is the letter F-O-X. Or what is 3 times 2, 6F. 3 by 5, 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 3 by 8, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. Fox, 45 in the sixth house. In the third house is CL and U. 6 and 3 come together. 5 and 4 come together. 8 and 1 come together. This is how I dictate to myself what must be. How you doing, Chris? No, I'm not bringing anybody up tonight. I'm going to bed in a little bit, so we're gonna have to do that probably tomorrow when I get back on here. I'm just, I've just been pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're all, yes, absolutely. I know it's absolutely amazing. Chris does a little bit something similar, but in another dimension. I study the alphabet, etc. That is my thing. I study numbers and games and sports, and I bring that alchemy together. And Chris studies ancient sites and their connection to this house in one way or another. So if you want to check them out. So it's just amazing the way on the 13th moon we end up with the 731. The 7 by 13 is the Aztec sun calendar. Either way you use the numbers, it still reflects the Aztec sun calendar. You can use this as 31 or 13. I'm not sure if I mixed anybody up with the understanding of what this was. What this was is any number divided by 7 after the decimal will equal to 142,857, 28542. Now, this is 1, 8, 15, 22, 29, 36, 43, 50, 57. 57 goes with the moon. This is 2, 9. It's going to go with Mars. 1 Earth moon, 1 lunar moon, 2 moons. 1 moon and 2 moons. Right? And here it's 2 and 2, and Mars comes in. Look, we jump over 3, we jump over 6, we jump over 9. There is no 3, 6, and 9, because with these numbers, we create 3, 6, and 9 from them. Anyways, listen, I'm going to have to call it tonight because I can stay here all night. I can just slow down a little bit. I just want to show you in order what the 8s did, right? 1 and 8 reflect 7 and 8. Now, what is 7 and 8? 7 and 8, okay, are power stations by the 88 constellations. I'm going to explain it on a further date. They come in singularity. 8 comes in singularity. Duality is 3 between 3 and 6. Right? 3, 4, 5, and 6 equals to 18, 7, 11, explaining the cube itself. 3 and 6, 9, 5 and 4, 9, 3 and 4, 7, 5 and 6, 11. 2 and 8. Over here at 26, reflected 6 and 8, and that's at the 7th gate, right there, 28-day cycle of the moon. And what is it telling you? 1, 7. 1, 7 is AG. It's also talking about Capricorn. Where do I get this? I bring it down to a single digit. I have to teach you to share with everybody how I calculate. Then the next one is here. 3 and 4, nothing begins, or it begins before or breaks down to 1 between 2 equals to 3. 3 and 4 run the corridor. The 3 times 20 seconds, the 4 times 15. The house of Abraham right over here between 35 and 53. This is talking about the moon. This is 16 and 8, 24. 4 by 4, 4 plus 4. It is 3 and 5 talking about electric company. 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 2 is 5. 20 times 3, 20 times 5, 100% is 60 seconds on the clock inside the Trinical house of Abraham. Isaac and Abraham. What did they plan together? Ishmael runs the house. Check this out. You see this 3, 4? Well, it reflects this over here. 6 and 4, 7 and 3 come together. Earth and water, 4 and 6, 7 and 3 are 2 air signs. This is where the moon and Ishmael come in, running the waters. Over here, 3476, the earth, the diameter of the moon, which the diameter of the moon, 76 kilometers, is 2160, the same size as the hexagon. Lose my voice. I have to go to bed, or I have to stop losing my voice, my strength. I can't think. Just to note that this is what happens with 8, and I only tell the stories of, that's my truth. That's the stories. That's what they are. Anyways, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Share this if you like it. Share it. If somebody wants to get involved in the artwork, no problem. I'm just looking for more. I want to get this into a game where we can have the AI or a program, but I want the program to be in a game. I want it to interactive so we can move the pieces, so we can be building whatever we're building. But right now, no time to chat. Peace and love out for the night.